So if you're going to care about the human side of programming, if you're going to care about the EQ of programming, there's going to be a few questions you want to ask. And so I'll just run you through 3 questions or 3 things you want to kind of consider. The first one is, do my coaches understand and know what's happening over the next month in our programming? Because this all comes down to communication with members. If your coaches don't know what's coming up in the next month, they're not going to be able to accurately communicate that to your members. And so it's super, super important that you sit down with your coaches at the start of the next cycle, the start of the next month, and make sure they understand exactly what's coming up, what's the focus for the next month. Hey, we're doing a deadlift cycle for the next 6 weeks. These are the dates we're testing on. This is the reason we're doing it, and make sure the coaches know exactly what to communicate to your members, so that so that when members ask them, they're not stumped for for answers. So it can't all just be locked up in your head. You got to make sure all your coaches are on board and know exactly what's coming up, and they're as excited as you are about what's coming up. So that's number 1. Are your coaches aware of what's coming up? Do they know what's programmed and the reason it's programmed? So make sure you communicate to your coaches really well, and so that they know how to communicate to your members. So that's number 1. Do my coaches know the outline or the skeleton of the program? Number 2 is, am I presenting the program in the monthly emails and on the gym floor when you're chatting to members? Am I presenting the program in a way that's getting members excited, or am I communicating in a threatening way? So you want to make sure your members never feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle the next month of training, it looks way too intense. You got to make sure you kind of communicate in a way that that's non-threatening and gets them excited and gets them pumped up about what's coming up. And then number 3, and this is going to answer the question for who asked that question? Here we go, Dustin. I'm going to answer your question now, mate. Number 3 is, are there enough feel-good sessions scattered through the month? Now I know this is controversial because I know a lot of you, and I felt the same way. We're not there to entertain our members, and sure we're not. We're definitely not there to entertain our members, but there's real value in scattering, strategically scattering sessions throughout the month that are feel-good sessions. So sessions that are, say, partner workouts or team workouts. Maybe like, members love maxing out, so maybe like a max out day. Filthy 50 days, there's days where there's either benchmark workouts. There's got to be, within the month, sporadically scattered, there's got to be feel-good sessions where members go, leave your gym going, man, that was awesome, that was the greatest session for the month. And so so I would look at your programming and sure have your scientific, well thought out program, but make sure you scatter in there some feel-good sessions that are purely, like literally you design the session to, you want your members to go away going, flip, that was an awesome, awesome day in the gym. So I would try and get 2 or 3 of those in the month, like feel-good sessions that you actually intentionally think about how I'm going to make the session different than other sessions. Just like strongman stuff is a great example. People love doing out of the ordinary stuff, flipping tires, lifting Atlas balls. So if you've got some strongman equipment and you don't use it very often, throw that in once a month and have those feel-good sessions that just get people excited about what you're doing and about being part of the community. So and it's not about entertaining our members, but it is about taking a long-term approach and going, hey, if I'm going to have these guys for long-term, I'm going to have to make sure they stay excited and stay involved in what we're doing. So yes, I think I've changed my mind a little bit on that front, where it's like, oh no, we've got to have the perfect program to see them get results. It's like, well, yes, but they have to stick around over time. They've got to enjoy what they're doing. So have those feel-good sessions. So number 1, do my coaches know what's going on over the next month? Number 2, am I communicating correctly, or like, am I communicating effectively what's coming up to my members through my emails and through my communication on the floor? And number 3, have I thought about some feel-good sessions that I can add in this month?